Today I'm going to share 7 tips you can use to be less distracted as an entrepreneur. Hello, Dale Majors here, and welcome to another video. If you're new to the channel, you'll want to subscribe and follow along. I release videos 7 days a week. No, 5 days a week. All geared to help you be more productive and really get what you want out of life. So today we're talking about distraction and reducing distraction, living in a distracted world, and ways that you can overcome that, specifically for entrepreneurs. That's kind of my life. And first and foremost, if you ditched the video early, I want to get this tip out there. The most valuable thing you can do to remove distraction and to fight distraction in this world is to plan every single week. So more specifically, set aside some time. I plan 2 hours every week just to kind of get into my command center and take a look at my domain and say, you know, what's the most valuable thing I could be focusing on next week? And I have a whole other video on the planning process, but really just focusing on, taking a step back and stop doing and getting things done and just think, what's the most important thing to do out there? How should I be allocating my resources? So that's tip 1, is plan every single week. All right, tip 2 is there are so many things that you can do, especially if you're an entrepreneur and you work, and the world is your oyster and you can be doing whatever, you don't have a boss. Tip 2 is plan a don't do list. Make a don't do list, okay? Identify those activities that are not very helpful for you. So for example, I don't get on social media in the morning. I don't have Facebook on my phone. I don't just check email all the time. There are a lot of things that I don't do, and I believe that those things make me more focused and less distracted. All right, tip 3 is create a morning routine. The mornings are awesome, and you may be a night owl, so if you're the small population that is, create a nighttime routine or create some sort of routine. But the point is, find a time during the day where you alone have control and you're the one in charge. You can control the time. You're not getting distracted by phone calls or whatever else is taking your time, and just plan some you time every single day where you can get balanced and centered and focus on your own priorities, whether, maybe not all work related, and get some time just for yourself. My morning routine is one of the most valuable routines and habits that I have. Every morning I wake up at 5 or earlier. I wake up, I do some study, I do a little exercise, I do a little language study, and then I get going on work. But I have all of that time to myself where I can just feel grounded and centered. I'm not waking up at 8 a.m. to rush to an 8:30 meeting. All right, tip 4 is have a master plan. I really like the HATS goal setting model, where you come up with your hope and your dream and all your actual outcomes, or your goals, your SMART goals, your tactics, all the tactics you're going to use, and the specifics around all of those tactics, right? Have a master plan. If you are totally focused on some peak that you're going towards in the future, you're going to be much less distracted because you know where you're going. You're not going to have to look at all these things on the side because you're going towards something. So you're going to be a lot more distracted if you don't have a plan that you're working towards. So don't worry about all these different tactics if you don't have a good plan. Who cares about avoiding distraction if those distractions aren't even going to derail your journey? So come up with a great master plan so you have somewhere that you're going to go, and then you'll be that much more motivated to avoid distraction along the way. All right, tip 5 is delete distracting apps. If you're an iPhone user, for example, you can go into settings, into the screen time, and see which apps are taking a lot of your time. And if there are apps that are not progressing you towards your goal and your vision, then delete them. Take them away from your phone. I had a YouTube analytics app that was fun to look at. Deleted it. LinkedIn, deleted it. Facebook, I keep it there. I don't access it in case I have to post something while I'm traveling or abroad, right? There are a lot of apps that I just deleted because I found myself using them and they weren't helping me. So what apps are you in a lot that just don't progress you towards your goal? Get rid of them. Tip 6, and this helped me a lot. It's plan meetings and keep them confined to a certain day or a certain time of day. So when I was running Bike Wagon, we had about 28 employees, and I decided that I was going to only work in the office on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And what that did is it hyper-focused my Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I had to be really productive. I was blocking them out mostly in 15-minute intervals. And that's where I would have all of my employee meetings, I'd have all my vendor meetings, and if somebody wanted to go to lunch, I did my best to make it happen on either that Tuesday or Thursday. Okay, so figure out for you, are there certain days where you're just not as productive, and plan your meetings and different, reunion times during those times where you're maybe not as productive. We could go a little bit more into that, but I like meetings. I like meeting people. I like going to lunch, everything else. And it gives me energy. So I don't need to do it in my high energy time because I can bring the energy to it. All right, tip 7 is plan your distractions. You can't be hyper-focused all the time. It just won't work, okay? It won't work. You can't be focused all the time. I've tried. Right? I've tried to the fact where I passed out in a post office once because I was overworked and just crazy. You can't be focused all the time. And I used to plan my Monday, go, 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 go. Plan my Tuesday, go, 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 go. And then by Wednesday, I was I had a busy plan on Wednesday, but I couldn't keep up with it because I just blew up, right? So plan the distractions. I plan a focus day, a buffer day. I even plan a fun day where I have a longer non-work activity, right? But just plan those things. You can't be high-strung all the time. You got to loosen up. So for me during the day, I have a 45-minute block where I check my emails, I check my LinkedIn, I check my Instagram, I check Facebook, I check anything else that's distracting. So I can do that all in one go instead of throughout the day. Because how often is it that you're ooh, I need to start writing this paper or make a proposal for this, and you're oh, but I wonder what's happening on Facebook. How often does it happen? I know it happens to me all the time. So that's on my don't do list. I don't just randomly check Facebook. I don't randomly check those other sites. So that goes back to whatever tip we were on, the don't do list, right? But plan your distractions. You can't be focused all the time. Plan when you're gonna do it. When you're an entrepreneur and you're in charge of everything, it's really hard because you can do anything you want, right? So having your own mode of operations and your own plan for how you're gonna stay focused and avoid these distractions is so important. So I'd love to hear what else you do as an entrepreneur, to stay distraction-free and to stay focused on your goals. Leave a comment below. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe, give it a like, and follow along. I try to create value through this content, and I'm just happy to have you here. So thank you for watching the video, and I will see you on the next one.